like before, well, before we already have Mark sign and all that stuff on that route split. So we're doing the Daiku Maryu side of things. So we're heading with them since, well, there's not really any reason why, it's just the cooler thing to do. Regardless, let's continue on. Just the usual stuff right here. I go on to the time, we're going to the choice. Before we did this one, which was, you know, the whole situation with getting the original G back and Mark sign and the other Fafnir units. Now we're going to the Darius first. So yeah. So apparently, yeah. We're going to the Darius first. Basically, he's about to be prepared. Apparently, he's about to prepare for running a lot of errands and doing a lot of toilet work. Yeah, apparently. Oh yeah, good luck to him. Because apparently Rosa has not forgotten. Meanwhile, Garrus gives everyone until tomorrow to rest. Since the next town sleep they get after this may come 6 feet under. Okay, he's having a good point. Basically, that may be what's happening, but after all, if the gate closes right behind them, then they're done. They're all pointing out another thing though, that he's right, but it looks like figuring out the secret of the gates is the only real way to avoid guaranteed premature death anyways. Alright, let's make some teams real quick. Okay, Guy King is a must. Is the better idea to have, as much as I like having on the regulars for the unit, it's better to just have it alone for now. So I want to quickly clear through this. Hey, what's the other stinger? Then again, we'll have to continue on, it looks like. Since now we have everything, we even have King Gainer back, which, no offense everybody, but King Gainer is amazing. Regardless, let's go on. Apparently, Diane and Lee are of course practicing their usual karate. Meanwhile, Ryuji and Mi are looking on. Mi is apparently just making snide remarks about everything, and yeah. Okay, so apparently he's what's called this. Sorry, everybody. But yeah, apparently Dai is ignoring me because if it were serious, he would have sensed some sort of animosity. She doesn't like that. Meanwhile, Lee's confirming that Dai has at least improved and he's able to settle down and improve his technique. Now he's about to show off the true dragon stance, apparently, which shows that he's able to generate flames in the palm of his hand. That's apparently a foundation Lee wants to help build upon. He also tells him to make sure to announce that it was Lee who taught him all this stuff when he's striking down his foes. Of course he's joking. Alright, so now we're going to the bridge because the gate's info is planning to happen. According to what Sakon is saying, within the gate they have 12 hours of operation, which is plenty of time, nothing goes wrong. So far, nothing's really tried to affect them as well, apparently, because they have the illusion protective active. So yeah. But yeah, thanks to its illusion, yeah, thanks to its illusion protect it's being active, it's able to protect itself from the gate. Meanwhile, as they're going through the gate, it's like something they've never experienced before with all the shaking. Apparently the gate is closing is what that's proof of with a death cross point. Not much damage, luckily. If it weren't for the hydrolyte fluid of the the hydrolyte flare aura, apparently we would have gotten crushed like a beer can. So apparently there's something coming straight at the ship and it's about to hit us. So yeah, we're about to get hit. Meanwhile, he's seeing a strange version of himself. Apparently he's being called to dinner. Yeah, in this vision, he's being called to dinner by Sheldia. Apparently, in this little vision, they have kids who apparently have inherited their penchant for chowing down, which is kind of funny. So yeah, that's one vision. Then another vision happens right after this one. Where he sees himself back on a train with Angelica, hunting down some wanted criminal or another. Apparently she's his boss, and she's very handy with a gun in this. When the general tries to flee. Is that like a little dragon thing? The heck? Regardless, they shot it. Yeah, she apparently tells him to berate himself, and his punishment is making her dinner at her place, which apparently he's taken as a form of imprisonment. That makes no sense. Angelica looks nice, so why would that be imprisonment? Ah well. So yeah. This time he doesn't believe he's a bumbling police officer. Now here's another vision. This time it's of Lulu. Apparently she's facing a beautiful, strangely familiar ocean. And by the water's edge is her younger self. Apparently she's asking her mother when her father will come home. Her mother says very soon. I love the hair color, honestly. Yeah, she confirms that's her mother and everything. Meanwhile, that's Proist right there. The fourth figure, the figure's face is obscured, and before he can reach anything, just attacks right there, saying that the girl is cursed. Meanwhile, she kills her mother, and she tells her to grow up strong. Lulu's hoping this is a dream and that she'll awaken from it soon. Meanwhile, he's awake. The Dangayo team wake him up. And apparently he's not the only one that had visions. So yeah. Regardless, that whatever happened, it happened. Apparently in Lacan's vision, he apparently saw his home village at peace, and him surrounded by his grandchildren. In Naomi's case, she had a fabulous boyfriend and a fishing trip. In Pai's case, she was apparently running amok with her pirate family. Gainer was apparently at Sarah's side, tilling the fields of Japan. Yeah, no, Sarah's too embarrassed to say what she's doing. Meanwhile, same thing with Rosa. Apparently it was just too romantic. That she's looking at him. Meanwhile, he can't share his vision of being married to Sheldia. apparently in Shelly's vision, her and Mist were running a flower shop in Bazaar. Apparently, based on what Sakan is saying, that was just a regular dimensional travel thing. That's a side effect of traveling through dimensions. It's not an abnormality by the specifics of the gate they just crossed. So yeah, it's in a sense an alternate dimension that could have happened. Regardless, he says he doesn't have enough time for data analysis, so now we're on to the Darius universe. But yeah, he doesn't have enough time for data. Meanwhile, Gil's been working on a little science project with the boys for proist, which is apparently a flight suit. She's impressed at Gil's level, tech level. Apparently, oh snap, it's Zaylin. Anyways, he orders Zaylin to hand the suit over. Yeah, apparently Gilbert rescued Zaylin. Zaylin does not like being referred to as a pet, and yeah. Meanwhile, Proist asks for his name, and she confirms through his eyes that he's someone that will accomplish much in his time, which makes sense. I mean, he is basically, remember, in Zoids, the usual rival is like one of the most powerful pilots. Like Raven was overpowered and awesome. Vega was awesome, definitely overpowered, etc. I don't speak about fusers. I do not like fusers like that. But yeah, and Zaylin himself is another perfect example. Regardless, she's telling him to not get depressed, and she puts on the suit. So now she's waking up the Ankoku no Maryu? The heck is that? Oh snap, I know what that is. Dear God, I gotta rewatch Kaikin. Both of them. Oh well. Now we're in the middle of the mountains, which is gonna shield us for a bit. Alright, so as Sakon starts analyzing the data, Shizuka confirmed one thing that it hasn't really caused any damage to dimensional travel. Then Darius is saying that well, first this part, that it's not damaged. Now they gotta, on the hurry, or on a double, repair everything. Meanwhile, Ryuji just doesn't like that. He's not looking forward to any of this. Yeah, he doesn't like getting shaken in flashlights, which makes him ill apparently. Which makes sense. I mean, oh wow, that's funny. Vi points out, try getting thrown around in the warp beam, or better yet, blast out the boost knuckle with Dangayo. That's what they're talking about. It's like, yeah, no. Zoids are nothing like that. So yeah. Meanwhile, the visions themselves, apparently, people are telling that they saw the future in the past. Apparently, they were very tempting. It made Mia jealous of her other self who had a peaceful life with her family. Or Rosa for her other self having fun at Darius' amusement park with Garrus? That's creepy. Meanwhile, of course, Luz is about her mom. And of course, yeah, no. Miss is gonna reject anything with any of those two. That's the easy way to explain it. So yeah. So now we just gotta wait on Sakon to do stuff. They can't. The crew's kind of useless until Sakon does his stuff. So we're just waiting now on all that hard labor, all that stuff. What Miss wonders is why did he see himself on a what's called a Shreem and Bazard and not on Earth is what he was wondering. And no offense, probably because he hates Earth. You know, Shelty is wondering, you know, if Mist actually was seeing any of that. Well, if Mist saw anything about her. Meanwhile, Garrus gets Lulu to get the Resistance Army on the phone because he's curious about the situation. Apparently he got some very bad news. And if this really fully happens, then this isn't good for the whole Darius verse. Apparently the Daichi Maryu awakened, which isn't good. It was apparently the Daichi Maryu was the prototype for the Daiku Maryu. It's got similar specs but superior firepower. Apparently it was sealed deep underground, never to be resurrected again, and with far less attachment than he usually shows. Apparently we're heading straight toward it. So yeah. But yeah, it was a prototype. How did they get it is what you should ask. Then the Daichi Maryu. Apparently okay, so Proist sent Norza and his crew to what's called that area. It looks like it's been freshly burned, apparently. And here comes Gaiking. So yeah, Garrus tells them to hang out there, of course. Nah, they're gonna fight. Apparently they're gonna have a fair one-on-one duel, which would be pretty cool. I love that mix so much, it looks so cool. And come on, twin swords. And it has like that Shin Getter shape, or Getter shape in general. That's amazing. Alright, while they're having their honorable duel, Proist stops her and says that she's going to be the heroine today. This is where she debuts the Daichi Maryu with its own variation, the Vulking. Yep, she's about to release it. Meanwhile, he's wondering how did they use the Vulking? Mainly because the Gaiking and all of them were made by... It's meant to be used by surface dwellers. So meanwhile, the suit that Proist is wearing was to be able to convert the black flames into the red flames that she needs to pilot it. So she's inside the King. So yeah, Garrus is of course, he's hesitant, but Lacane points out one thing, that we have to fight the thing no matter what, because if we don't, we're gonna get hurt. So yeah. So now he decides to actually fight after they all convince him. She was hoping that the sight of the newfound power would drive them away, but seeing hasn't, she's not going to. So we're gonna fight. Alright, so yeah, the Vulking. Let me see, do I have a station that can scan it real quick? Yeah, we do. For those that don't notice, the Vulking itself is rather interesting in that it's a long-range unit, if I remember correctly. Yep. It relies more upon range than the usual Gaiking mech itself. Regardless, Proist is able to use it. Another more interesting thing about it, though, is it's meant for ground, as you noticed, because it's an S-rank unit. Yeah, unlike the others, for some reason, Proist has it in the air. And of course, Proist has a leadership field. Regardless, it's a pretty interesting mech. So for now, we just gotta keep on going. Thank you, Katone, for being awesome. So now we're gonna attack. So now we're gonna just fight. We'll move him a bit over here. Yeah, once we defeat these guys real quick, that's when the next part of the stage will hit and the usual enemy reinforcements hit. Alright, let's finish it. I throw out a counter cross. I didn't finish it. That works. So yeah, he retreats because his systems are damaged. And then we just gotta finish these guys off real quick. And damage sustains too much for him, so he's gone. Yeah, still doesn't want to move. HD King Gainer. Apparently, Gil is in Samurai Songlines and with much hated Maya in his sights, because you know he wants to kill her. He appears. Meanwhile, of course, what's called Zaylen wants his revenge against the Liger. So yeah, he's gonna try, you already know the usual, they're gonna try and kill, blah blah blah, that stuff. Meanwhile, let's hope that Ryuji can finish him off. I got attention. Overski. So as we go through all of this, we're just slowly killing everything now. That's basically the easiest way to explain the situation right now. Dang, you know. Wait, it just moved. Of course, Daiku Maryu has its own shield, so we're good. As we slowly kill through everything, we're almost over. Even though he's gonna try and kill him. So let's finish him off for now. He's still pissed about that generator though, because never forget. Well, had to like it. You know, never forget it was Zaylen that kind of caused the entire series when you think about it. Retreats. And the Vulking is starting to move. First focus on taking out these guys. I'll take care of Gil next turn. You know that guy, it looks like it's just got a pirate hat as its sprite. Go Kaija! I want to test something real quick. Can we damage it? Okay, we can damage it. It looks nice. But yeah, this is apparently his prototype with superior power to the original. It attacks. Let's see what Vulking can do. Dang, 50 energy. Nice. Oh dear God, Heavy Arms would be proud.
He did some damage. Oh, he ran. I know. He didn't run. He has his target. He just leaves for now.
Oh snap, she's aiming into attack with the Miracle Drill. Ouch, that had to hurt. So yeah, it's about to finish him off, but nope. Norza saves him because, of course, Norza has honor. Proist goes crazy and starts attacking Norza because why would you randomly protect our enemy in a sense? Proist is right in a sense because, once again, why would you even do that? But, yeah. Meanwhile, this crazy, that stupidity causes him to unlock a new attack. The True Dragon Stance allows for him to utilize this. The True Face Open. Dang. To think that the Guy King would be able to beat up the Vulking that badly. regardless, she knows that Garrus is suffering from this, so she's good. Yeah, everything's good, looks like. Everybody else is dead. So it's finally time for him to reveal everything. It turns out there's one more prototype as well, the Tenku Maryu that exists. Regardless, apparently, yeah, it's time to reveal the whole thing. So yeah, he's about to reveal the full thing basically. 13 years ago, they were kidnapped. The Darius Army kidnapped some 3 scientists to do weapons research. The 3 Maryus were created from that. So yeah, basically the Daichi, Tenku, and Daiku. During that time, though, unfortunately, the 2 of them proved too difficult and dangerous to handle. So of course, yeah. The downside is the prototypes are too strong and powerful once again, so they were sealed away, while they're only to be used by one of strong red flames. So the Right King's the most powerful of the 3. But it looks like proist somehow managed to work. Basically, you need red flames, of course, but it looks like proist managed to work around that. So yeah. So now the next course is to stop proist from getting that next one. It looks like that new suit she had, it converts her black flames to red, which, yeah. So that's our next objective, is to get it. Meanwhile, proist is asking Gil about his grudge of the Dark Maryu and stuff. Gil confirms that he has it, but his main objective is, of course, Mia and the Dangayo. Meanwhile, Zaylen just wants Ruji and that Liger. They're good with what's called helping her as long as they get their revenge, basically. So yeah, apparently she likes their their deference and can do attitude, and attaches them to Vitarin's next force. And yeah, she's gonna so to Vitarin's next force, and oh boy, good luck, Garrus. She really wants to kill him. Apparently he's a traitor to them. Alright, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed that little chapter. That's all for now, looks like. Till the next part, goodbye.